Hello, welcome to Club Call. It's Wednesday the 6th of August.
Disclaimer. We are both dead.
Well, we're not dead, but
we are
tired.
dead tired.
I've literally just been asleep for 12 minutes.
It'll manifest itself in different ways. Baz will probably fall asleep and I'll probably say something highly contentious.
No, you won't.
That tomorrow I'll go, when did I say that?
James get ready to pull the live stream plug out.
No,
at any moment.
No, just a bit tired.
It's tired.
It's tiring.
It is. But we're here. Everton have signed a player today, and it's a good signing as well. It's Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall from Chelsea. I am very pleased with this signing. A lot of you joined us before for the live reaction when it was announced, but if you haven't and you're just joining us now, good signing, Pet.
Great signing, isn't it? He's got a double barrel name. We haven't had one of them for like a month and a half.
He could be the Alessandro Pastoni.
He's a Sunderland, isn't he?
I don't think he is. Alessandro Pastoni could be Calvert-Lewin. In as the third. Yeah. Everton have signed a new striker.
At the end of the day, how many people thought are overhearing their husbands or their wives, of course, talking about Dewsbury-Hall and feeling like, you know, there's a wedding going on somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Because it does sound like a place Scousers get married in Cheshire.
Possibly.
You know, you go down the you know, you come off the 62, you go down the M6, you go past that Audi garage, and you take that left there. And the next minute you are at Dewsbury-Hall, and it's a lovely place for photos, great rooms. No one can actually afford to stay there, so you have to go down the road to the Talbot Tavern. The offshoot family, the rest of the family. But then that fella comes,
extended family.
Can't get an Uber out there though, so you have to ring that fella who's in bed, who's got the minibus, and he just charges you 20 quid no matter where you're going. That's what it is. But it's a good signing. He's a good player. He's good age, and here we go. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to say that.
I was going to say...
I did not mean to say that.
You're saying it very much like the original person who says that, long time after it's already been announced.
Fair play. Terry Tapping.
Fair play.
Terry Tapping.
Listen, it's a really good sign. He's comfortable on the ball, like you said. He can dribble, got a good left foot on him. I think he's something Everton don't really have in the midfield, that kind of put the foot on the ball and has got a bit of guile. That's the word, and guile. It's a great word. Bit of guile. You always hear that from people going, we could do with someone with a bit of guile in the midfield.
Bit of guile.
There you go. Maybe that's his middle name.
Yeah. By the way, we're just trying to find out who's on the plane.
Yeah.
We're trying to find that out.
The buzz around the plane from Southampton, that is... different people have sent me stuff yesterday. Look at this flight plan. I'm like, what?
The paparazzi are all there right now, and it's probably just some fella who's got more money than sense flying up to Liverpool. Probably Theo Walcott.
I mean, he might have more money than sense. He might just be flying up to Liverpool.
He might be in a private jet.
But people do.
He might have.
Does everybody who's got a private jet have more money than sense?
No, but if you use...
Because how do you define sense? Is it like an infinite thing? Is it like 1 to 10?
I'll be honest with you, I've never been able to work that out.
No.
I've never been able to work that out.
Ned couldn't either.
No. But one thing that often got said when we were in America was, we wish Ned...
Oh, my God.
Just do so many times. We were not... Like, don't take that
I think James... No. I think some things would have blown James's mind, though.
I think some things might have blown James just out the water. Just there was moments where we were just like, something would happen. Not like, didn't have to be dramatically mad or anything.
Can you imagine Ned's face seeing a driverless taxi?
The driverless taxi. I don't believe it. That's my job. I'm not going to have a job very much longer, am I? If there's a driverless one, what am I going to do? Good stuff.
Yeah. And the robots delivering Uber Eats and all. That
wouldn't last very long in certain postcodes, would it?
Be taken. But they'd just be reprogrammed to wrap me around someone's house.
We actually saw Friday. Monday.
Whenever day it was.
We actually seen that pull up and a fella take his food out of it. And it's just like, that would there's certain places.
Yeah, there'll be certain places that will be taken and reprogrammed to use around your house.
But that's how good Liverpool is that someone wouldn't just take it and smash it up.
No, they wouldn't smash it. Of course they'd reprogram it. And it'd just be going round their house, take that cup, get us a cup of tea. Next minute, the drive-through thing, Uber thing just comes round, It's a nice one, because it's been reprogrammed. I love it. Anyway, back to Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Yeah. I think that's what we were talking about before. No, really good signing.
Where's the robot?
Reports are it's around 25 million with some add-ons.
It is a good sign. It's a good sign, and it's, you know, we've all bemoaned, haven't we?
He's going into peak.
Yeah,
apparently, so it's
peak
good.
Dewsbury. It's one of the.
Hang on, isn't he Guile? Keenan
from
peak Guile Dewsbury-Hall.
From Street Fighter.
Maybe.
No, listen, he's good. He's a good age, as they say. 26 going into 27. We've bought a lot of young players this summer, so it's good that we've got someone, and also someone that can just go straight into a Premier League game. None of this bedding in, stuff. And I know a lot of people have been worried about bringing players in and them having to be bedding and stuff. This lad will just come straight in. He hasn't had a pre-season because he was still in America about 3 weeks ago, wasn't he? Becoming a world champion, essentially.
He is a world champion.
He is a world champion. No one can ever take that away from him.
Yeah.
So he'll come in and he'll be ready to go, I imagine, for Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Good for everyone to see, and good for him to sort of go into the new stadium, see it full, with his first sort of taste of being on the home side.
He'd signed and gone to Wacky. It'd be different, wouldn't it?
Yeah. There you go. Baz van Tilburg, who has got to be our new right winger, says great age, great signing, British dynamic, scores and goals and works hard. And then says, wouldn't Ben Doak be the ideal winger instead of Dibbling?
I like Ben Doak. I've said this.
Don't Liverpool want mad money for him, though?
Scored on the weekend, didn't he?
Did he? I have no concept that when
he played about 15 games the other day.
I'll be honest with you, James, I have no concept of what a weekend is after the last week.
It was from like a weird angle, but the keeper had a bit of a howler.
Still scored, though.
Yeah, from the right.
I like him, but it's getting him out of Liverpool and in the first place, and it's just the cost of him, isn't it? It's just the cost.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Eugene says, welcome back home from the USA, Baz and Ped. Cheers, mate. Emma says, what's with the NGI rumours?
Yeah. As if we're going to sell
the nonsense, Emma.
He's literally our poster boy, isn't he? Now he's our biggest talent. He's so.
John Mantia says, if we can get a proper right winger, this team could be a real problem in the league. Not saying we'll make Europe, but we'll definitely ruin some days.
I mean,
as long as you don't ruin.
To be fair, I was going to say, I haven't ruined quite a few days.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was sitting in that stadium in New Jersey, I was thinking, yeah, my day's been ruined.
In the second half?
In the second half.
First half, they were all right. Bryn says, bit exciting all, isn't it? It's good. Yeah. It's good. Tom S says, have we paid up front for our signings so far over a period? And if over time, does the full 80 come out of this year's payroll or what we've paid up front? Right, when you're buying the players, it's amortised. So I don't know what the upfront payments are, right? But if Everton have bought Dewsbury-Hall, Everton haven't paid 25 million for Dewsbury-Hall.
Does it? But the thing about that is, though, does it really matter anymore? Like, do you know? I'm not saying we are clear and stuff, but do we really need to have these conversations anymore as we go forward? Especially, with.
Well, what it is that people, I still think some people believe that when you buy. So I think some people believe that Everton have paid £25 million now to Chelsea. So therefore, that money's gone off being able to buy a winger.
No one.
So it's not really like that. There'll be a portion they've paid. For all that we know, they might have paid $5 million up front.
And that's what we'd like, Tyler, let's say.
Or it could be 10.
Yeah, that's maybe, you talk like a Dibbling, or maybe you talk about... you talk about Fofana. Maybe that's an issue more than anything else. Just like how much money people want up front. Or who was the player recently? Was it in Boom going to Man United where he said he wanted in like three or loads up front or something. And that can be because that's a go. But that's where you have to, like, the thing with the Dibbling thing is it is too high. But it's that 20. If that 25% sell on is real. See, that's where, like, what are you... There's no selling value.
And we also have to stress that the 25% sell-on is only on profit.
No,
so if Everton bought them for 50 and sold them for 60, the sell-on would be $2.5 million.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't put a price on a player. Whether, listen, Southampton can put any price they want on him. He's their player, the same way we did with Branthwaite last summer. I have no issue with that, right? When you want to keep hold, let's not fall into that trap that Manchester United fans did last season of just give us him. Right? They want him. He's their player. He's the person who's gonna pay the bills for a long time. You get one of these every now and again, don't you? But I don't think you can have a player that can go for that much and then say, oh, and also we want to make all this money in the future. Like, I get that if you sell a player for say 30 million and you're forced into a corner and you say, right, you're gonna future proof this, but you can't have the money and have more money. That can't happen. So that's where. But listen, if that's how much they want him, but I think if the reports are to today, then that's where's that going to leave the player? And again, that's down to them. That's not down to us.
Think about like the weekend. They had a game. He wasn't even on the bench for them. He's fit and all that. He was left out the squad because Everton had already were in talks with them, weren't they, on Friday and all that. He didn't play on the weekend. He's trained on his own Monday and Tuesday and now Wednesday. Yeah. It's.
By the way, I'd rather he wasn't. I'd rather he wasn't training on his own. I'd rather he was.
Oh, you want him to just carry on
working hard for his team. You know what I mean? I'd rather he wasn't. But that mightn't be his decision. He mightn't have gone. You'll hear like, oh, he's gone on strike. He mightn't. He might have just gone in and been like, what's the situation? And they might have gone, well, we're still open to it, so we don't want you in the. We don't think you're going to play, let's say, on Saturday.
Well, according to reports, he's told them he wants to join Everton. And they thought, as probably Everton did, or maybe the thinking a deal was imminent. And they're trying to squeeze Everton for a little bit more. So right now he's in that sort of limbo, isn't he? And their season does kick off at the weekend. Looks like they're trying to move for Tom Fellows, which might well be a direct replacement for Dibbling. It probably is. We'll see. We'll have to see where we go with that. There's NGI rumours today, the nonsense. Everton haven't offered Illiman and NGI to Inter Milan. It's nonsense. That's a story that come out because Ademola Lookman is trying to get the move to Inter Milan. It hasn't been done yet. And them stories have come out, as often do, that the club is looking at other options as well. So to try to force Atalanta into selling Lookman in case they panic they're going to lose the sale. The players release the thing saying doesn't want to play and all that. It's all part of that game. Right, we got someone waiting, haven't we? Who is it?
Fletch waiting.
Oh,
Fletch, yeah.
Man.
Emma won the bingo.
The man.
Emma won the bingo.
Go on,
Fletch. How are you, lad? What do you want to say?
All right. I just wanted to start by congratulating David Moyes on his efforts as Everton manager so far. I think he's leading us to a position where we're slowly but surely getting there in terms of what we're trying to achieve.
Okay. I'm
and
sure
the way
he'll
he's
be
conducted
delighted.
Himself. Sorry, go on.
I said he'll be delighted that you're congratulating him, Fletch, and I love that.
Let's not forget.
I'm here for it.
Let's not forget that David Moyes was Sir Alex Ferguson's replacement. He was chosen by Sir Alex Ferguson to be United manager at the end of his tenure, right? So, and obviously it didn't work out. But what Sir Alex Ferguson saw in David Moyes is still there, and it's about to be achieved at Everton.
Okay. Right.
And I'm impressed with the players he's brought in so far as well, because they are the young, the 4 or 5 players we brought in, the young, talented, right? And it's like, in the process of what I'm talking about as well, I feel like there's sort of like a vendetta against Everton in the Premier League, because for me, I don't want to sound conspiratorial when I say this, but there's basically the likes of City, United. Right, United have got their own problems in terms of them trying to compete now. It's like, do they give Everton any of their best players? Chelsea have saw through the net and gone for it and give Everton a fair shot. But when it comes to Jack Grealish now, it's whether or not Man City want to give a player of Jack Grealish's calibre to a club like Everton, because they know if they do that, then it could change the balance of power in the Premier League.
In what way, Fletch?
In what way? In the sense of like, because they all seem to remember that season under Carlo where we were second to Liverpool in January and on Boxing Day, right? Like, do you all remember what it was like when Carlo was Everton manager? That ambition where we wanted to fucking go for it. Sorry for swearing, but like we wanted to be champions of Europe again, didn't we? And compete in that sense. Like, do you remember that? Do you remember that spell? And they don't want to give Everton a second chance in that respect, in terms of trying to get the right players in order to achieve that potential. Do you know what? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're saying, but I think it'd be more likely that they would take the Chelsea approach with Marino and Lukaku.
I mean, with Jack Grealish now, I'd love it if Jack Grealish came to Everton. It would be absolutely unbelievable in terms of the big win for David Moyes, because he's brought these players in spite of them. They're not being major victories, but they're credible ones. And Moyes knows how to get the best out of his players.
Yeah, I just think with Grealish, Fletch, City know that they're not going to use him. Therefore, they were hopeful someone would buy him, but no one.
They don't want to make Everton a worthy competitor in that respect.
I'll be honest, mate. I'll be perfectly honest here, Fletch, right? City don't care about Everton. Everton are zero threat to Manchester City, and they know it, right? So what they're more likely, if there's a take on it, is to do what, say, Mourinho did when he gave us Lukaku when he was at Chelsea. The reason why he loaned Everton Lukaku was to try to do damage against the other clubs around.
That's what it's about, isn't it? It's about the second and the third.
Grealish won't do any damage to City, will he? Because he can't play against them twice when he plays for us.
No. But in terms of damaging it, in terms of damaging Newcastle, for example, or damaging the likes of Crystal Palace and that, or just Everton just trying to achieve higher in the league. Yeah, to get further up in the league. Yeah, but that's what it's about, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, but they won't be bothered about that. They'll look at it as a cold business decision. We've got a lad, right? We're paying him this amount of money. He's not going to play. This Premier League club down the road are going to pay, say, a third of his wages, and we can put that on our PSR, and therefore it gets and he'll play all season at Everton. If it's Everton he does come to, he'll play all season at Everton. The lad might go to World Cup with England if he has a really good season. Therefore, next summer, Everton will either pay the money for him to keep him, or another Premier League club, or even a European club.
If Jack Grealish and Richarlison come back to Everton, wouldn't that be a dream come true? To have Richarlison and Jack Grealish in the same Everton side, that would be, we'd be unbelievable. We'd be winning massive games. We'd be getting big victories away from home.
Well, you'd never know what happens, Fletch, do you? But you want more good players, don't you? That's what you need. Everton need more good players. So what Everton have got to try and do is just get better footballers in, and that's what they're trying to do. And if one of them's Jack Grealish on loan, brilliant. He massively improves Everton's side the minute he walks into it.
Definitely, in terms of the attacking threat.
Yeah, what do you make of Dewsbury-Hall? Because obviously we have signed him today.
I think he's a really good, solid signing for the Blues. I think I saw Pep's take on it on Sky Sports. I thought it was excellent, and he seems to be like, even though he's had a holiday in Atlanta, in the United States, that he seemed to have knuckled down and stayed on top of like your sources and being on point in what you're saying. It's not been like a holiday.
Let me just stop you right there, mate. We didn't have a holiday. We didn't have a holiday, mate. It wasn't a holiday, mate. I promise you, it wasn't.
We were quite a lot. It was amazing. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not even taking the memories that would last a lifetime.
Unbelievable.
I'm not even taking the piss, mate. We hardly stopped, mate. Honest,
yeah. But it was amazing.
Some days we didn't
enjoyed yourselves.
Thank you, thanks, Fletch.
And Fletch, I've done much. Just for like clarification, I've done much worse jobs, by the way. We were just busy.
I bet the weather was lovely. I bet everything about it was just excellent.
Atlanta wasn't, Fletch.
Atlanta
weather was cold and wet. It was like being here. It was like being here. New York and Chicago was warm and lovely, but Atlanta was supposed to be the hottest, and it wasn't. It was quite cool and wet. Anyway, really good call.
I think he's solid. I think he's a good solid signing. And I think we're sort of riding this wave at the minute of Everton of just quietly getting on with it and just being cautiously optimistic, and like we're not making too much of a song and dance about the new stadium either, which I sort of understand, because it's like the players need to gel together, and we need to get the right plays in order to get the crowd going, in order for it to be a tumultuous season for Everton in the Premier League next season. But like, I just with this, with the player we've just brought in, I think it's a good, solid signing. And I think, like you said as well, about him being able to start in the Premier League immediately, I think that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Right, nice one, Fletch.
It's right, Fletch.
See you later, mate. See you later, mate. Bye, thanks, mate. Take it easy. There you go. That's Fletch, who did get a mention while we were in the States. Not remember.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm sure I will remember about the sleep. Just like that, it isn't coming to me immediately. But yeah.
I have a question for you, actually.
Go on, mate. Go on.
About Club Call. Did you just get to meet Eddie?
No. Didn't show. Eddie was a no-show.
Eddie. That's what they called him.
And there was another, I spoke to someone else from Houston, and they were asking, has Eddie made it? Have you seen Eddie?
Oh,
Eddie didn't make it.
Where's Eddie? That was the
thing.
Where's Eddie?
That was the thing. And what can you do? What can you do when Eddie just lets you down? And he did let us down. Like, I'm thinking, what can you do?
You go.
But good signing, Dewsbury-Hall. Really, really pleased with it. James, throw a poll up. We love a live poll. Are you happy with Dewsbury-Hall signing?
I can't imagine anyone will say no.
No.
But then again.
But you do it, because you just never know. You never know. We got anyone else waiting, Jay?
We have. I'll take Paul.
Okay.
Thomas.
You get Thomas on it.
Thomas, let's get Thomas on.
And you put the poll.
And you do the poll. Thomas, good evening. What do you want to say, mate?
Greetings and salutations. Glad you guys made it back okay.
Yeah, all good. I mean, tired, but all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. I currently live in San Antonio. So you guys being in Houston, you actually escaped our hot season. Just want you to know that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure your hot season is hot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be 103 today. That's, I think, 38 Celsius.
There was one day in New York when it did get over 100, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was on the Friday, I think it was. A little bit on the Saturday, but yeah.
But anyway,
yeah, we're about to go on a stretch. But anyway, I think, the transfer business that has been done so far has been great. It's not the ones that we want. We want a little bit more, but we also have to be patient, because Everton is coming off of this PSR nightmare that they put us through. So everyone needs to be patient and remember that we don't need to win the transfer window. We did that once before with the Gylfi Sigurdsson era, and it got us into this PSR nightmare. So we just need to make sure that we're doing the right transfers at the right time. At Southampton business, I think we should just walk away from it, because they're trying to shake us down, I think. Build enough money in their coffers so they can try and come back up.
Yeah.
And Dewsbury-Hall is like the perfect for our midfield. With him and some of our youngsters coming through, we'll have the experience. We'll have some of the youngsters learning from these experienced guys. I think we'll be fine with the midfield. We just need that right winger. And honestly, Grealish would be a great signing, but his wages scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what City is trying to do. Maybe a little bit closer to the window closing. They might want to do something better for us, but I don't think we should try and muscle our way through his wages, because that's just astronomical for our club right now. I would rather go into France or Slovenia for a right winger than deal with his wages, honestly.
Yeah.
You guys think?
I think, listen, he's on what he's on. Yeah, Everton would only probably, I say only, but Everton would only pay a third of it. I mean, a third of it's still sort of 5-6 million for the season. But if the manager thinks that that's £5 or £6 million well spent because Jack Grealish drags Everton to a different place. Say Jack Grealish gets Everton 2 places higher in the league.
Yeah.
That's that fee covered for those 2 league places. You're right. There is a balance in that, Thomas. You're absolutely right. We can't fall back into the trap, I don't think, of just going, oh yeah, 100 grand here for him, 100 grand there for him. But we have to be aware that the Premier League footballers' average wage is probably 75 grand a week or something. Now, for even players who are just average, not everyone, obviously, but you're right. I mean, even you sound like your dog. Was it your dog, Dad?
Yeah, that was dog.
The dog agreed. The dog was like, let's not get burnt. But 75 grand a week. No, you're right. We do have to have an element of caution. You're spot on. What do you think if it was that for a season?
No, I mean, listen, we're not going to pay the full wages. That's a simple. No one's going to pay the 300,000. No one's paying that. So that's the big problem City face. That's the problem they face with it. But you can afford it. That's the thing. City can afford to let Jack Grealish go and pay, someone paying like a third of his wages. That they can afford it. That's not an issue. But what Pep doesn't want is, he doesn't want to play around who's unhappy. No manager wants to play around. He doesn't want him round. He's already decided he doesn't want him round. He's found other players to play in that role. So he doesn't want an unhappy player. And also, I think he's got a relationship with Jack Grealish where it's like, I want you to go and play football, and we're willing to do our part. But of course, they've got to play hardball in terms of like, of course, about letting them go. Let's be honest, right? City have never had a problem letting players go after they've sold some really good players to Arsenal. Alcaraz went out. They've sold players where you're like, what are you doing that for? They sold too many players, if anything. But he doesn't want a big squad, and he'll let him go. And I just think it'll be when, not if, Jack Grealish leaves. That doesn't mean he'll sign for Everton, but he's definitely leaving this summer. He'll go somewhere, and whoever he goes to, unless it's Saudi, which I 99% think he wouldn't go to Saudi. I don't think he would. That would be anywhere that Jack Grealish, he's still going to have to live somewhat of his own lifestyle, and that mostly means that he's going to be around Manchester, which is perfect for us because where he lives is where most Everton players live anyway. So I can see it happening. It might take a couple of weeks to get it all done, but he'll definitely leave City, and no one's paying that wage.
No, the third Everton will, in my opinion, will only pay. I say only a third of his wages. That leaves City to cover the 2/3. If that doesn't work for City, Everton probably. Well, you never know, but I imagine Everton won't pay any more than that. They might have a loan fee on top of it of a couple of mil. It might cost Everton $7.5 million for a season, $8 million. Now that's what the club and David Moyes have got to weigh up, isn't it? Yeah, because that could be spent elsewhere. The which, Thomas? Sorry.
No, I said I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, we just can't do what you said before.
That 300,000, I mean, it's just insane.
300 million. Yeah. That's far too much, Thomas.
Yeah, sorry, the baby's wanting my attention.
No, that's fine. That's
cool.
That's good.
We can see.
Yeah.
We can see.
We can see that.
No one else can, but we can see the baby wants to get involved, and I'm all day for that.
That's fine.
Oh yes, she loves Everton too. So
brilliant.
There you go. See, she little laugh when he said that, as if to say, "Yeah, as if Dad." Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we got to watch the summer series on local channels here, so it was really nice to have Everton here, and for the attention span of a baby, she actually watched a lot of it. So,
fair play to her.
Probably got a better attention span than me. So
she couldn't believe we haven't solved the right hand issue. That's why
she was sitting there going, "What? This was a problem before I was born."
Yeah, why have they not solved it? Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Go ahead. Any more, Thomas?
I'm actually jealous that you guys get to go into the new stadium before I do. But
well, We do live here.
That is,
So it's always going to be
true.
the case,
That's
wasn't
very
it?
true. Yes. But you guys enjoy that new stadium and the new season. I look forward to keep watching you guys.
Thanks, mate.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much for your call, Thomas.
No worry. You guys take care.
See you later.
See you
Bye,
later.
Thomas. Bye.
Say bye.
No,
Yeah,
doesn't
she's
want
not
to.
doing it.
Yeah, she's like, I've had enough of
See
these
you
guys.
later. Ta-ra, Thomas.
See
Bye.
you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Everton would only be getting Grealish at a deal.
Oh, baby's still there.
At a deal that suits.
Again, it reminds. No, it all roads lead to Moneyball. It's like that scene in Moneyball where he goes to the what's his name, David Justice, and he's like, "No, New York are paying $9 million for you not to play for them." That's going to be Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
That's going to be Jack Grealish.
Yeah, and that's that's what it is, though, isn't it? It's we do have to be cautious. Everton aren't gonna. You wouldn't have thought so. Just pay anything for them, and for City, they'll get some relief in their PSR because they'll be getting some money back in for a player that's not really going to play for them. So we'd have to. We'll only get him if the deal suits us. That's just basically the way it is.
I was going to just say then, like one of the highlights of America was all of the people who came over to us and said who watched.
Yeah, it was mental.
It was mental. It was a bit mental, like
from everywhere in the United States, Canada.
How many people spoke to us, and how many people said they watched, and how many people said we're part of their day, and
brilliant.
It was mad.
Great to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Keith is in the comments. Says, lads, had a great time over in Chicago with you all, and of course all the other Toffies who travelled over. Got back late last night, so I'm right with you. Totally knackered, and it's going to take a few days to get over it. Very pleased with the signing today. Perfect age, experience, and ability that immediately improves the team. 2 or 3 more to go straight in that first 11. Then we just might surprise a few people this season.
Yeah, maybe.
Totally agree. Good that you're own safe. Keith, get some rest. Sean Kearney says, good shows from America, lads. Was good to see you getting all the pre and post match interviews with Moyes. Pity you can't get them over here. Absolutely. Alan McNally says, love the fact he has 3 surnames. Can we also put in a bid for Keane Lewis Potter?
Sounds like a band from the late 70s, doesn't it?
Fair play. Why not? Get them all of them names in. Make us just confuse everybody. Blue Jay says, welcome back, lads. Just got in from a long drive back to Merseyside from Norwich and only just seen we've signed Dewsbury-Hall. Good signing for me, exactly what we need. Box-to-box midfielder. Hopefully we can address the position on the right wing now and bring in Grealish and or someone else. Any thoughts on Diop from Almere? Sounds like it's close. Do you mean Dion Lopey? I think that's who you mean. I haven't seen tons of him, to be honest, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I've seen bits. He's a defensive midfield player, likes a tackle, also likes a booking. Listen, if Everton, the Spanish press seems to feel like he's definitely going to be shined by Everton. It hasn't really. Which
is interesting because that's exactly what happened with Tiana Barry.
Yeah, that is interesting. It hasn't really been picked up over here. Just a couple of people have gone with it. Yeah. No Everton. I've watched them, but Everton have watched a lot in La Liga since Moyes come in. So
I think if you've got like
it's a good age,
you've got like local media. If local media reporting that, it sometimes can obviously fuel the fire more than maybe the internet or you know, whoever, the nationals here. If people are saying that sounds like they expect something to happen. Someone's talking to them, because it's going to be interesting.
Mark Bagley says, just wanted to say again, what a great job you did with all the Everton related content in the US. Compelling viewing. Good to see all 3 of you at Soldier Field, if only through binoculars from the other side of the stadium. Cheers, Mark. He also says, not seeing much of KDH, but trust Moyes. Well, he is a good footballer, and that's what we need.
Yeah. It was mad being in that room, hearing him say we need 10 players, wasn't it? It was just like everyone was like, oh, like, you know, you just think, yeah, we need 10 players, and then he just went, we need 10 players. Everyone was just like, took a deep breath and just like, what?
And then I thought, because I asked him it, didn't I? In one of the press conferences, I thought he was going to shoot it down a bit, and he didn't.
He said it, didn't he?
He said, well, we signed 4, we need another 6, so I've said it, so there you go. I know, but sometimes they sort of go, well, you know, I was, but he didn't. He was like, yeah, we haven't got enough.
There was very much a theme for a few days, wasn't there, of, like, Pickford come out and said it when we were there, and then he doubled down on it. He did change the word and saying we needed basically 10 and 11 for the whole of the summer, you know, the summer. But he did change, but you know, he was, he was good. He was good. Yeah, it was a brilliant event. That, to be honest, the Men in Blazers. It was. It was really good. Roger was brilliant, on top form. You watch him and think, why bother? He's so articulate to the way, you know. Even when we
but he does a certain type.
When we
met
him afterwards, even then it was like, my God, you feel 10 feet tall.
He's got a way of doing it.
Yeah.
He's very niche, isn't he?
He's a very
what he
intelligent
does. It's
man,
good.
isn't he? Very intelligent.
Good.
He was just writing things on the, and I'm waiting. I'm all day for that.
Someone. Brad is waiting. I think he's trying to say next in line. So, Brad, good evening. What do you want to say, mate?
Good evening, lads.
All right, Brad.
You okay?
Yeah.
All it is.
Is this the Brad who stalks chief executives?
What?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Just double checking.
Fair enough.
I'm all in for Tyler Diblin, but I'd see him more as like this second winger. That, rather than the first winger, if you get what I mean. So I don't think we're still addressing the pace situation. He's fast, but I don't think he's got that electric sort of pace. Whereas you look at the likes of that Fofana, Kubo, they've got that electric pace. So yeah, this is where paying that amount of money for him as well is a big no.
Yeah.
And with the links to Grealish as well, it's definitely going to be a short-term thing in regards to it'll just be for the year, because I think he's that sort of player that could get you that step into Europe.
Possibly.
So you sort of you're getting that step straight away. Yeah. You're getting that step straight away. So he's got you into Europe there. You can look at other players then. So you've used them, haven't you?
Diblin is a player who, I think if you bring a Grealish in, it immediately takes the pressure off him, doesn't it? And allows him to bed in a little bit.
Dibbling.
Yeah, allows him to bed in a little bit quicker if you've got a Grealish. Because that was one of my thoughts, is like earlier on when we were talking about it, was like, if you buy a player for 50 million, no matter what there is, there's an expectation on that player straight away, and that's not fair on the player either, because you didn't. He played 33 games in the Premier League last season in a poor side, and he'll come to Everton, and the expectation for most people, certainly the media, will be this lad's got to deliver on day one. Whereas if you got a Jack Grealish as well in there, that takes the pressure off that kid straight away. And all the eyes are not on the kid you paid 50 million for. They're on Jack Grealish. Can he get the form to get him back into the England squad for the World Cup? And I think that'd be very clever by Everton if they did that. Like, I don't think any of us want to see us pay that much for Diblin, but if they did, let's just say they did, and it suited us the deal if they broke it down, getting Grealish in as well would just take that little bit of an edge off, I think, which would really help him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're looking for a sprinter on the right hand side, someone to threaten teams on the break and stuff. But I just don't know whether we'll get that though, Brad. I mean, Dibbling is very much Dibbling's top speed's fast, actually. It's just what he runs at. His average speed isn't, and that was given to me today. Some stats around him. It's
sort of similar with Ndiaye, isn't it? Ndiaye's not unbelievably fast, but he's got them. He's got the skills, hasn't he, and that to get him past players.
And that's it just depends what they sort of want to do, doesn't it, in that area? If they've identified him as maybe the best one, sell on and all that, Maybe
or
that's what.
obviously the only one that they can get at the minute.
Well, maybe, yeah, or are they still speaking to Leon over Fofana, or for probably Fofana's more of the issue, or are they looking at, we were linked with a Sandy Eye. We've talked about Dylan Bachwer in the past.
See that Bachwer would be. He's like he's left-footed, isn't he? So he's similar in a way to Diblin, but he's a lot quicker.
And he's quick, yeah. So
And he's probably cheaper as well.
They're there. The players are there. And I'm sure Everton have looked at Kubo. I'd love us to buy Kubo, but I don't know how. Yeah. I'm not sure what figure Sociedad wants because of the 50% of Real Madrid. And I don't know whether Everton feel if it starts pushing 50 million for him, Everton might be looking going, he's unproven, he's 24. That's a big outlay, whereas they might have been happy with that at 30.
Yeah.
And who knows what Sociedad are asking for up front as well. So that one mightn't work. For Fofana, the one he wanted to do, but obviously the lad's not 100% committed at the moment, so therefore that hasn't happened. It's who else they go for next. Dibbling, English, young, loads of potential. Maybe that's why they've sort of zoned in on him.
I can definitely see what you were saying before as well happening with obviously them getting Diblin, getting Grealish, but then getting Richarlison as well. I could 100% see that happening.
Well, or a Richarlison type player. Do you know what? It doesn't necessarily have to be Richie, and a lot of people I think might be in the camp of leave Richie where he is. Yeah, but someone who can do a job on the right or through the middle. Do you know what I mean? And some of them, that might be where they're looking, because it would only be almost a safeguard to the other two strikers and maybe someone slightly different. And then that allows Schmidt to go on loan then, doesn't it, and let him develop enough to make a decision on Schmidt in 12 months, whether he's going to be an Everton player or whether you're going to sell him. So we have to get some decisions over him as well. He looks like he's got good feet, he's got bits of his game look good, but he's got to go and play games. 5 minutes here, 20 minutes there. You can't judge anybody on that. So for him, he needs a loan spell. The manager doesn't want to be caught short. It's not like you can go, well, we've got a lad in the 21s who, if we need, can come and do the job, because we haven't really. So therefore, we'll probably be looking at maybe a hybrid striker, if you like, for that third spot, and that could be the backup. But the other thing as well is Iliman and Jai plays on the right for Senegal, so Everton could use him on the right. I'm saying it'd be, but if they did get a Grealish, they needed someone on the right hand side, not as the answer, by the way, but you know what I mean, if they needed someone to fill in at times on that side, and Jai maybe could go and do it. But I'd love an out right winger. I think we need two. I think.
Oh, 100% we do.
We're desperate for two, really. I think that really changes the team. And maybe Moyes' idea, I was hoping this week that it would be Dewsbury-Hall and it would be Dibbling. He did say to us he hoped to have two in, didn't he, off the record. He said he hoped to have two in this weekend. Well, he's got one. Week ain't over yet. You never know. Have you found out who's on this playing yet?
He hasn't got back to me.
No.
Maybe that means that shows the level of importance this person is. I think it's landed. That plane's landed by now.
Someone just said it's landed at Liverpool Airport. And it was someone with glasses on and a big hat over them and surrounded. It wasn't. I don't know who's got off it. Who got off it?
It's Craig David.
Martin?
Yeah.
At Liverpool, Craig
Signing
David.
for Liverpool.
There you go. Why not? They're signing everyone else.
Yeah. Because it's a Wednesday. I can't remember what he was doing on a Wednesday, so there you go.
Was he chilling on Wednesday?
I don't know. Is Brad still there?
I'm just listening to you.
There you go. There you go.
So Brad, tell us about this story about you following CEOs around supermarkets.
Well, I wasn't really following them.
Feels like it was, mate. Feels like it was.
Feels like you didn't deny it.
Feels like it was. Listen, I got accused of following the Everton.
You go onto Google, don't you, and go, yeah, that's him.
I got accused of following around the Everton squad. I got accused of either stalking them or being tipped off about where they were in Chicago. And I was just like, no, I was going for I won't say run. I was going for a walk but quicker than that. And they were just there. And like a dick, I was wearing the Everton training kit that they were all wearing, and I looked. It was. It looked like I was cosplaying as an Everton player. Hi guys, ready for some?
You were doing lunges.
Yeah, like that. I was like, yes. Ooh, it's a deep burn. What do you think, Adrissa?
Who said you got tipped? Why would you be tipped?
Exactly.
No, why would you be tipped off though?
I don't know.
Here's the squad walking.
Here's the squad walk. Well,
anyway,
people do have mad theories. They do have mad theories, but I liked it. I liked the mad theories. I liked it. It's just that I looked like a complete bellend, which is fine.
I mean, that's almost an open goal, so just don't.
It's not really an open goal, is it? I just said I look like a complete bellend. I'll give you a reason why. There you go.
No, I'm saying for some people they would.
I don't care.
It's just listen. Let's see what happens, but it's gonna be interesting.
So we're
Ainsley Maitland.
No, there's too many names.
Miles.
Stop with the names.
Who?
Is it Maitland Miles?
Oh yeah, what about him, mate?
Would you take him? I'm thinking
he
just obviously different, like different type of games.
Yeah, he wouldn't be high on my list if I'm being perfectly honest. But he can do. No. He obviously can play right back. He's comfortable enough on the ball. He can play centre mid if you need him to. So he could do a couple of jobs like a squad type player. If Everton are going to go, me personally, if I'm going to commit to a right back, I want one that's going to come in and be the right back and be a flyer type thing. You know, someone who overlaps and creates. He's not quite like that, but
is there anyone out there that you know of that could do that?
That'd go and do
it possible?
It depends what Moyes is looking at, though, doesn't it? They've talked about Vagianides, didn't he, for a bit, but that hasn't really. Yeah. That's not really materialised. It's does he want to commit to a young right? I'm not convinced he does right now. No. So therefore,
he'd been looking for one though, didn't he?
He did say
it was the priority.
He said he was looking. Well, priority's right wing, but some right backs here. I still think and believe Jake O'Brien will be Evans. I've said that all summer. I believe.
No, he will be. I just
he
don't
was
want
Evans right back for this season.
Yeah, you will.
While he look at. See, in an ideal world, you get Ashley on the right, another one like him on the right, and he'd develop into that. You know, young, lots of potential, can get forward, and do things that way and try to develop it that way. But I don't know what he's looking at there, other than the solidity. If you're going to try and get more flair players higher up, he'll want the solidity at the back, won't he? Because that's what David Moyes, that's what he's always done. And
at least we know we're not getting too far anyway. That's off the cards.
That's off the cards.
Where did he end up going?
Has he gone to Turkey?
No, I think he's gone to Germany, hasn't he?
Or Germany.
Didn't need his teeth or his hair doing.
No.
Fair play to him.
He didn't.
Fair play. Someone was telling, I'm sure, someone, I won't say who, someone did bring up another West Ham player while we were in the States, didn't he? Only the other day, if I remember rightly.
Who? Oh, him. Yeah.
Sojak. But I can't see it. I can't see it. But someone was like, yeah.
He's too old.
No, but someone said to us last week, I can't even remember what day it was. I can't remember any days. It was like, wouldn't be surprised if he goes in.
Well, Moyes went over to him at the end of the game and he was having a conversation on the pitch.
But the mad thing was, Souček was about to walk in to the press conference as well.
Yeah.
He was about to walk into the West Ham press conference.
He was stalking Moyes.
We went to the West Ham press conference, didn't we?
We did. He was good.
He thought he was hilarious.
I thought he was all right.
He kept on saying
it. He nailed. He made it funny for the first couple of times, and then he hammered.
He did a joke about the water breaks, and then just kept going on and on about it. I was like, mate, you've had a joke, just leave it there.
He done the thing where he made the joke, people laughed, and he made it again, everyone still laughed, and then he liked the feeling of making
Bart
people
Simpson
laugh.
With it wasn't me.
Yeah. But fair play to him. I like listening.
Nice one, Brad.
It's right, Brad.
All
Take it easy, mate.
See you later.
See you later. Ta-ra, mate. We have got the one and the only chocolate silk voice.
The person who should be Everton's new Tannoy announcer, I believe.
I think so.
I believe.
I think so. And she's on the line right now. And it's Annabelle. Good evening. How are you?
James is trying to mute her because he's oppressing her.
James.
Good evening,
Annabelle,
gentlemen.
good evening.
Oh, Annabelle.
There it is.
Firstly,
Just talk.
may I say congratulations on the content from America. It was most enjoyable and you did a fantastic job.
Thank you, Annabelle. I was up all night.
That was Ped.
I was up all night doing those videos. But thank you.
Well,
Thank
Up
you
all
for-
night for Shane Duffy.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Ped, sometimes it did look like you had been up all night.
It did.
You-
No,
it
I've got no
didn't
issue with
look
that.
like it didn't look like you had slept very well.
Honestly, I have no issue because I was literally knackered 90% of the time. It was after we got through the first weekend in New York, I was just completely knackered. And then John Blaine would go, he was like a dad on holiday. He would know with the paper under his arm going, "What time are we up, lads? 8 a.m. live." I was like, for fuck's sake.
It had to be 8 a.m. live.
No, I know, but when he was saying it, I was just like, oh no, especially in Chicago, because they were all in my room in Chicago. And it's just like, I dared the lift and go and open the door because I knew.
I did have coffee for you most mornings, didn't I?
I know. And you needed tranquilizers for me some mornings.
I did.
So thank you for saying so, Annabelle. Very nice of you to
Well, thank
say
you very
so.
much. Your service was much appreciated.
Thank you.
I'm starting to get ridiculously giddy and excited about this new era that we're going into, and really excited about going to the game on Saturday. It's starting to feel real to me that things are beginning to happen, and that we have this exciting prospect in front of us of real change happening at the club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's exciting. Saturday, I think because we've only just come back, the idea of Saturday was like just literally obviously popped up on our radar, but to a lot of everyone else, it's obviously this day has been huge. And I know yesterday everyone finding out where their stones are, and loads of people will go down and see them. Not bad.
No.
And
I will see mine, just not on Saturday.
Just not on Saturday,
Yeah.
and that's okay. That's okay. It leaves more space for other people.
It does.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting really excited. A lot of people are, trying to find out how they're going to get there. It's just real, isn't it? It's real, and it starts on Saturday. People have been to test events, but everything. Someone just sent a picture to me about the Hill Dickinson sign going up on one of the stands, and Everton are going to be.
Everton have emailed everyone saying you're not allowed bags larger than A4 size for the stadium on Saturday.
At least it's not see-through bags like in the States.
I know.
Everyone had see-through bags. So yeah, it's become very real, and I'm just, I'm made up, Annabelle, that you get to experience it on Saturday.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm going to the game with my little brother, who I have not been to a game with since 1987, when it was the Charity Shield at Wembley.
Fair play.
So,
Fair play.
I think that's going to be really exciting because I'm going.
So that ended 1-1 with Liverpool then, Annabelle?
No, 1-0.
Oh,
Wayne Clark. I was there. Boom.
Yeah, it was.
No, that's why I won the quiz.
Incy was the year later. Wayne Clark.
Yeah.
I thought Wayne Clark first, and I thought, yeah.
You also thought Daniel Amokachi was at Everton playing the World Cup, so that's your downfall.
That just shows you. That shows you how tired I am.
And also, you didn't know Leon Osman's favourite pizza.
I did. You know what? And I'm happy to not know Leon Osman's favourite pizza.
Sorry, Annabelle, go back.
Annabelle,
go back
I apologise. You and your little brother, Wembley 87.
Yeah, so that's going to be very exciting because I think I had feared that I was having to go and experience this game with a non-Evertonian. But the fact that I'm going with an Evertonian is very pleasing to me.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. Honestly,
you'll love it. It's an amazing stadium.
Because I know, Annabelle, I know. Listen, me and you have been speaking for years and years and years on Twitter and stuff, and from before we even did this, and before, and I know how tough it's been for you to get to games and stuff like that, where you're based and obviously your situation. So the fact that you're going, and obviously we've spoken in the last couple of weeks or a few weeks ago about the situation with listening to the game. Sorry. delighted for you. Absolutely delighted that you get to go, and you get to go with you. That's brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure there'll be lots of stories like that in the next couple of weeks of people, because it is exciting. It's not just about there was a lot of exciting stories last year because it was the last season, but there's going to be so many good exciting stories this season with being the first one. So made up for you. I hope you have the time of your life.
Thank you very much, Pad, and thank you very much for that recognition. I'm surprised you remember me, but thank you.
Of course, I remember you.
We all remember you.
I remember you.
Talking to you for years, Evertonian Camel.
Yeah.
You should do follow for Mondays, Evertonian Monday, or follow for that, whatever
Blue
it was.
Mondays.
Blue Monday, all the time, Annabelle, all the time, connecting Evertonians. What are you looking forward to the most, Annabelle, about going into the ground?
I think seeing the ground will be terribly exciting, but I always have a real sense of excitement and trepidation for every game I ever go to, because going to the game is such a rarity for me. It's very exciting to see the team live. I mean, even last season when they came to Coventry and we got absolutely hammered by Coventry City.
Yeah.
Because it's literally 5 minutes from my house. I was able to go to that game very easily, and I was still so delighted and happy to be there. And so just seeing players in the flesh is such an exciting thing for me. I mean, I would have absolutely fallen to pieces if I bumped into them the way that Ped had, because that just, to me, I'd have turned into absolute mush. My ex-boyfriend used to tease me about the fact that I once went to Belfield, and when I went up to players, especially Duncan Ferguson, I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Ferguson, may I have an autograph, please?" And he just rinsed me for years about the fact that I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Ferguson."
Nothing wrong with being polite.
Annabelle, I still get very giddy around footballers. Don't I still get when I bumped into, even though I know when I bump into players, I somehow feel like they're older than me. I have to remember that I am at least 10 years older than Idrissa Gana Gay. Never mind some of the other players. I have to remember that I'm older than, I was talking to Jake O'Brien last week, and just talking to him, and then I met him a couple more times, and he just led on to me and said hello and that, and it's just like, well, these are Everton players. So that's at that point, that's when I get the camera out and just film and just hide behind that camera. So don't think it's just you. I still get very excited around Everton players and being in the same room. David Moyes said to me the other day, he was like, "What was Atlanta like?" I was like, "Oh, it was brilliant last night." He was like, "Was it?" Yeah. I was like, "Yeah." But you're like, you can't remember half of the things you want to say. Like, you can't put a sentence together half the time. So honestly, it happens to everyone. Honestly,
well, because of my former profession, I used to meet a lot of famous people. I even dated a few.
Tell more.
So you have this experience of being around very famous people. I've had drinks with Dame Judi Dench, Clang.
Nice, right?
Nice.
And you get kind of immune to it, and you put on a professional head, and these are your peers, but around players, even when I've bumped into non-Everton players, I just become such a fangirl. It's ridiculous. So
Annabelle,
how you managed to do it, I am in absolute awe and admiration.
This again, my life is full of just weird things. So I worked for MTV when they did the European MTV Awards in Liverpool. I worked for a week, taking them around locations in Liverpool. That just sounds like I was a taxi driver. I wasn't. I actually picked the locations that we went and filmed at, and they wanted me to take them to different places. And I was with people all week, and some of them are quite famous now. But there was loads of people I bumped into during the week, and it was just like, oh, there's Bono and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and Tim Cahill was there, and I just went, oh, it's Tim Cahill. Went over, got a photo with him. Like, honestly, you want to see that night Beyonce played, Paul McCartney played, Bono was there. There was all kinds of people were there, and that was just like I seen Tim Cahill. And later on, I seen Arteta when he was with him later on, and I was just like falling over themselves. Hello, Mr. Cahill. Hello, Mr. Arteta. And yet all these other people, I wasn't fazed by them one bit. I was watching Beyonce doing a rehearsal and everything, and wasn't even bothering me. And yeah, Tim Cahill, who I watch every single Saturday, went, hello, Mr. Cahill. It was very nice to see you. Can I get a picture with you, please?
So, I've no idea about where to go for a drink or anything like that at the game on Saturday. So, if anyone wants to hit me up on Twitter or Blue Sky and say we should meet here or go for a drink, I'm actually staying over in the city as well. So I'm there all day.
Brilliant.
So if anyone wants to meet up, I would really be pleased to do that, because it for me, it will be a bit of a once in a lifetime trip for me. Because I'm not sure I'll ever get to go again. And I keep saying that, but because well, for example, I missed the first half of this show because I had passed out, and then when I came to, I couldn't move because that's part of my condition. So
the first half was rubbish.
First half, you didn't miss anything, Annabelle. Don't worry.
You got here for the best half because it's got you on it.
I'm flattered, thank you. You do make me blush so much.
Whoa.
Listen, Emma said she'd meet you, so
there you go.
Speak to Emma,
yeah,
and I'm sure other people want to meet you as well, Annabelle. But just have an amazing day. Have an amazing day, because the stadium's incredible, and it's going to be something when we're all in it, and it's full at the weekend. It's going to be an amazing day.
I can't imagine just how loud that place is going to be. It's going to be incredible.
Absolutely. Lots looking forward to it. So enjoy your day. It won't be the last time you go. Don't say that. Go and have a great day. Meet Evertonians and fangirl to your heart's content.
And if I bump into you guys, I will probably fangirl as well, because you have absolutely been brilliant in America. You really have.
I've got the crow's feet to prove it.
Well, we're very grateful for your very hard work.
Oh, thank you, Annabelle. Thank you.
John Blaine be spitting his coffee out right now, but there you go.
Coffee out all he
there you go.
Pissed half the time. Spitting it out because it wasn't vodka. Anyway,
and for John and James back home doing work as well.
Yes, James.
Absolutely.
James was doing something.
James was doing something. I don't know what he was doing. He was doing something. But it's all good.
Thanks,
it's all
Annabelle.
Good. Lovely to speak to you, Annabelle.
See you later. Bye now.
Thank you.
Take care.
Enjoy Saturday.
Bye.
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 The lovely Annabelle there. Looking forward to the game at the weekend.
We're going to have to get Annabelle to just do it like a welcome to Toffee TV. Just put it on our vids.
It'd be amazing.
It'd
be amazing. We've got Jason, is it? Jason waiting. Not Jason Statham.
Or Jason Bateman.
Or Jason Bateman, who was brilliant. We've got... imagine if it was Jason Bateman. He hasn't given me a surname. Could be.
He was in that. I liked him in that one at Christmas. Jag Dyad.
Yeah,
it was good. That Jag Dyad, that's what it was called.
It was.
In some parts of the world. You seen that Jag Dyad? Did you know?
Better than Dyad.
What do you know? It was about like going through security, and Jason Bateman basically told the lad that he had to let him through no matter what. And then he was like, "Nah, I won't, lad." And that was basically the crux of the film.
There was a bit more.
He was like, "Oh, let me on the plane, lad." He was like, "No, lad. Go ahead, lad." No, lad.
Anyway, Jason's waiting, so can we speak to Jason? Good evening, Jason. What do you want to say, mate?
Well, good afternoon from Texas. It was great. Yeah.
Whereabouts in Texas? Because Texas is massive.
It is. I'm in North Texas. I'm in Dallas.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So you're quite far away from the Freakins, then, aren't you, in Houston?
I am, yes. I have absolutely no connection to them whatsoever.
I wasn't suggesting for one moment you had any connection. I was just saying you were very far away, because you could get down there and I don't know, infiltrate them.
Oh yeah,
but you can't.
It's possible. But I met you all in Atlanta, and it was great meeting you all. Thanks for taking the time. No more quizzes for you guys. Give the rest of us a chance.
Yeah, we won't do that again.
I don't think they'll let us in next time. Do you know what? Do you know what is a really easy way to stop us winning the quiz? Let us host it.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm happy to watch. You could host
I'm
it.
just saying. I'm just saying that would be a really easy way.
The Cooligans wouldn't win it though if they swapped.
No, they wouldn't win it. They swapped.
Jason would.
No disrespect to
I
the
love the
Cooligans. Good lads.
Alex and Christian, brilliant, but Jason would beat them, I think. Anyway, Jason, go on, mate. This is you. We'll shut up.
But I just really wanted to reflect on the trip here, the summer series. I thought it was fantastic. Atlanta was phenomenal. The turnout for support was incredible. Even I was impressed getting to meet so many other Toffies, because I don't really have much of a support club here that I'm aware of, supporters club here that I'm aware of. So it was good to meet so many Toffies out there. Nice to see such a strong contingent here in the States. Hopefully one of these series will come to Texas somewhere. I can definitely make that trip a little easier.
I think Everton will play over there at some. You know, through the free.
Do you know what? I've actually got at home. I've actually got the poster. I never went, but I've actually got the poster of when they played at the Reliant Stadium in Houston. It's got like Duncan Ferguson on it and Wayne Rooney. It's a brilliant poster. My mate used to work in a poster place in town, and I've got it laminated. I don't know whether Everton have got one. Maybe something in the future the Freakins might want to take off my hands or something, because I'd happily donate it to. No, because it's like a proper one of a kind, like. But I imagine Everton
just get Everton to go there and make a new poster.
They could do that, but they'll Everton, they won the game, which is unusual. So it would be. I imagine they'll be doing everything in their power to create, because it was like a little 3-team tournament, that one. And I imagine something like that with the Freakins backing would be ideal, because if you could get everyone to one place rather than move them from three places and say have 3 games, and it'd be the headquarters of where the Freakin group is. I think that would make lots of sense.
We could do Roma, Everton, and I don't know whether it be Dallas or whatever. Or it could be
FC Dallas, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm saying. It could be. It doesn't even have to be. If they've got MLS commitments, it could be like the second or like a mixture. They
sponsor the ground, don't they? They sponsor the ground in Dallas, don't they?
Toyota does, yes.
Yeah.
FC Dallas is Toyota Stadium. That's correct.
Yeah.
So you could do something like that, and then you and a lot of Evertonians over there would be able to see them, because Jorge Rodriguez says howdy from another Blue Texan from Houston.
All right.
See, so just there in the comments. What did you make of seeing the team up close then in Atlanta?
I thought it was a really good display. It looked better than what I watched on Wednesday with West Ham. They definitely looked a lot better. Players that stood out to me. I was impressed by Asnu just as a sub, but I thought James Garner put in a really good shift that match. He was absolutely everywhere.
He was.
It seems like there's still potential, but we're still looking for that finish.
Yeah,
but,
definitely. Did
you
go to Limerick Junction? Sorry.
I did.
Did you?
Yes, I nearly died in there. Yes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, that was what I was just
it was so crowded.
Say. The amount of Evertonians in there was in because we've been in the Turnmill in New York, and we've been to AJ Hudson's in Chicago, both really well attended. But Limerick Junction,
no, it was something different, wasn't it?
It was like another thing for that. Just how many people were there, but how many Everton tops with everyone had an Everton shirt on. It was so. What was that like for you to see that?
It was almost unreal. The masses of people that kept coming and going. And actually, my friend and I, we actually left to go eat dinner and then came back because they didn't have, So we were there for the little, what was it? The little talk at the beginning outside. Yeah. And then we went to go eat, and then we came back and had a little more mixing with the fans.
What time did you leave?
Probably, I don't remember. Maybe 9:30.
9:30, Daddy?
Yeah.
We were still there about 3 hours later.
One we left.
Yeah, we left. I'm sure.
Yeah. And people were still singing songs and dancing on tables. everything else. But it was great to, and then obviously the next day, the tailgate and stuff like that. Obviously, we'd had the brunch, haven't we? Then the tailgate. It was just fantastic to see so many Evertonians, and then even inside the stadium, because obviously where we were watching it, you could see quite clearly there was much more Evertonians at that game than there was at the MetLife or at Soldier Field. So brilliant turnout, brilliant to see the fans come together.
I just happened to get a ticket in the section near where most of the Everton supporters were, so we were in good voice. It was good. Yeah. It was good. A great experience inside the stadium.
Yeah, it was. It was really, really good.
Scored 2 goals. I mean, I know one was a deflection and one was an own goal.
It was good.
But it was great. It was great to see them score and to have the chance to obviously celebrate a couple of goals and things like that. So, what are you thinking for the new season ahead then? You still think we are a couple of players still short, aren't we? But
of course,
things moving in the right direction.
I think so. I think the signings are really promising. Point to good work in recruitment and trying to find good players at good deals. I think so far it's going well. I hope to get to the stadium next season, maybe in the spring. But I'll have to figure out how to get tickets.
Yeah,
because I may have some friends with me. So.
Yeah, you have to get on.
I also need to. I also got my notice in the email. I think everyone did about the stone on Everton Way. So I need to go visit and find my stone.
There you go. I've already had messages from people saying, "Can you go down and get a picture of it for me?"
Oh, have you?
From people obviously not in the country. So, I mean, that's another good.
Well, won't it be opening? It'll be opening in a week now, though, won't it? With like
it will be next week. Yeah,
so
it will be next week.
That might be a better time to go and get it.
Oh yeah, for other people, yeah, and obviously the tours are starting in September as well. So once the tours start, that'll give people access. Something more to do, of course.
You'll be able to do that if you get over. Then that'll give you the obviously the tour of the Grand.
You'll be able to do. Saying this, weren't we, in the Q&A the other night? You'll be able to do tour of Goodison, watch the women's team at Goodison, hopefully go to a game at the new stadium at the Hill Dickinson, do a tour of the Hill Dickinson, find your stone. So there's a little bit of like a nice little Everton trail now that you'll be able to do over it. And that's something very unique, isn't that? Something very unique. There won't be many clubs who can actually say that. You know, being able to experience the past and now being able to experience what was our future but now is our present all in one go. So if you time it right, and hopefully if Everton, and I hope they have worked with the WSL on this, if they can time the games so that Everton women play on the Saturday or the Sunday and obviously the men's team play on the other day, then people can get to do a weekend where they get to do both of them, and that'd be fantastic. It might not happen every single weekend, but it would be absolutely brilliant. It would just be such a unique opportunity for Everton fans from not just America or Australia or Ireland, but literally in this city, literally in this country, people, and that's a good way to get the support as well for Everton women's team, is to be able to get lots of people to go there. Everton maybe can work some packages together, because obviously I know for a start when Everton US Toffees or North American Toffees have come over, they've gone to as many different things as they can. They've been to Blackburn games, Bolton games, so to have a women's game at Goodison Park in the same weekend, it's why I couldn't quite figure out why they're playing a women's game at the new stadium.
Yeah,
I thought that was a bit strange. I thought that was slightly strange considering they've got Goodison. I thought that was a bit weird. But listen, fair play, whatever. I don't know. So so just I suppose speak to people in the North American Toffees and see if you can get tickets through them. But it's all changed now, so who knows?
Yeah,
brilliant.
I was actually able to go to Goodison in 2003, March of 2003.
Fantastic.
2023. Hold on.
Oh, 20.
I'm getting giddy again.
Brilliant.
2023. Yeah, so 2 years ago.
You jet-lagged or us?
Yeah.
And what game was that then?
That was the Brentford game. It was March 2023. Yes.
Dwight McNeil. The Dwight
McNeil
that
goal.
One. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, brilliant.
I was in Gladys Street and I got tackled by people who are celebrating, so that was great fun.
That's part of the course.
Yeah, that's it.
It is.
That's normal.
If you don't get in some way assaulted in the Gladys Street, then were you really there?
Yeah, grabbed.
that's what they say. In a positive way.
In a positive way.
Not in a.
Yeah, that's just all part of the journey.
A strong hug
or a kiss or whatever.
No, not a kiss.
Well, that
Too far.
it happens.
Seen what happened to
It
the
was
Spanish
more.
president.
It happens.
Yeah, it was more of a headlock.
Or a headlock.
Well, they do go
Yes.
round. They do go round.
They-
It
they- you know,
has
you gotta
has
be
been.
careful.
No one knows who does them.
I mean, the irony of that is that was a couple of years after the original.
Yeah, they
So-
do go round. It's just that no one knows who does it. Strange.
Brilliant.
And there's never any evidence.
Brilliant.
Never any evidence, is there?
Yeah, so there you go.
I don't know.
Everton have made the signing today. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. What do you think? Good
I
signing?
think it's a good signing. I agree with the vast majority that this improves our squad. So looking forward to seeing what he brings to the midfield. Looking forward to competition for positions. Anything, just going from strength to strength. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant
But
stuff.
again,
Great to
it was
speak
great
to you.
meeting you. Great
Yeah.
meeting you in person. Hope to meet y'all again. And
Top man.
See
Let
you
us
when
know
we
when
see
you're
you.
coming over. Yeah,
Yeah,
let us know when you're
absolutely.
coming
And that
over.
top's fantastic what you're wearing as well.
oh, thank you. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Right, great to speak to you.
All right, cheers.
See you later. Bye,
See
James.
ya.
Bye. Bye. We've got a couple of super chats here as well. Yardy says, just to say thanks for the US coverage. It was enjoyable. And a request after the match report next season, Baz, bring back the wave. Okay. There it is. I'll bring it back for you. Annabelle, also on the super chat, says, thank you for taking my call and for all the hard work that everyone puts in. Thank you very much, both of you, for the super chat. Much appreciated.
Dave S, just on the normal chat, but I just wanted to... He says, Limerick Junction was brilliant, singing in front of all the college kids, probably thinking, what the hell is this? So basically, we were in this bar, and it wasn't like a private bar, but obviously it was just taken over by Everton. And it was a lovely part of Atlanta. Loads of it was like Allerton Road back in the day, or Lark Lane, or South Road, whatever. You know, one of those kind of streets. And obviously, as Everton, as families and stuff, and people started to drift away, because not everyone was going to be drinking all night. They just some of the...
I wasn't drinking.
No, I never touched a drop, obviously. All the locals started to come in. And it was just dead funny, because there was a lot of lads all there. Girls dressed to the nines coming in this bar. It was so weird. But they all, some of them started trying to take on Everton fans singing college songs, and they just got destroyed.
Those five,
they got destroyed, and it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. Some of the girls got, I wasn't going to use that word, got inundated by family members of Baz, and famous Everton FIFA playing YouTube.
Right, hashtag Harry took my 14-year-old
I didn't want to tell a story.
to blag these girls, and they all seemed very enamoured with the pair of them.
Yeah.
Like 6 of them seemed very interested with my 14-year-old son.
Who
there you go.
had somehow managed to get drinks that maybe he shouldn't have been
He shouldn't have been given any kind of drink.
But people were giving him, honestly, like grown men were just like,
I came over and he had
drinking Guinness.
I was not impressed.
He was drinking Guinness and everything. He was
Not
just sitting there, and he somehow managed to blag these girls that he was 18. I was like,
we were
mate,
all day with it.
I was like, when I was 18, I didn't look 18. You certainly don't look 18.
Never mind. No, it was time
We
to
had
go
to drag him out. We literally had to drag him out the pub. He was like, I'll just stay out with Harry. It was like, he's like, no, you won't. You're 14.
It was Harry and Barry he was going to stay out with.
Barry's like, just stay out with us. Just stay out with us.
I'll look after him. I was like,
I'm not doing nothing. I'm getting married in 2 weeks at Crystal.
Barry's getting married, to Crystal.
It was brilliant.
It was a berserk, but seeing it was mad going in that Limerick Junction, mate. You had to sort of queue a bit to get in. It was berserk, honestly. It was just blue shirt. It was crazy. Yeah, and then right out the back, it was like two sort of floor.
They got the flares out and everything. And I was like, the smell started coming. I was like, oh, not this again. I had enough of this at Goodison.
It was mad. Flags on the day. It was just amazing to see. But it was in the middle of like lovely area. And then it was it was seeing all the people that come in was
it was like proper joyful.
You know what else was
John
mad?
Lally on the bar.
Did you come in the nightclub with me after the Men in Blazers?
Yeah. No, I never went in the nightclub.
No, you didn't.
So there was a bar we went in for a private thing, right? So we went in the bar. We were like going. Rog was like, come back with us. So we met Rog for the first time.
What was it called? The pig something.
The monkey something, wasn't it?
Oh no, the brass monkey.
Brass monkey. So we're in this bar, right? And it's private. And Rog's just brilliant. He's getting pictures with everybody, and he just sneaked off once he got the pictures.
He did.
It has it emptied out. There was a nightclub next door, but it looked number one, it looked rough, but it probably wasn't. But it was so dark. But it had a shared passage where the toilets were, so we had to go into this like where the toilet area was, and that was them. And someone cottoned on that you could just turn left, and loads of because it was full of scouts. This pub was full of scousers, and they were just like, we'll go in there then. We'll just go and see. And honestly, watching people walk in and then walk back in about 27 seconds later and going, that's not for me. Yeah. The music was just like mad, and it was just like no.
It was just berserk.
But I never went in because
I walked in and like spun back.
Yeah,
it was like in it.
It was like Abraham Simpson. It was like Abraham Simpson. It was the same in the pub we were in on the Friday.
No, the way you get spun into Glasgow, spun out. I went in and spun myself right out within seconds. I was in there just like, nah, mate, no.
I was just watching them go in and come back out.
Just so
this
many.
Was in Chelsea, in New York.
You'd have been loving it, James.
Yeah,
there was a lot of young women your age and younger who had black IDs and everything with hardly anything. You'd have been made.
But the mad thing was, we went outside.
It was so loud. I'm old.
We went to when we were leaving. The queue was just huge.
Yeah, it was massive.
We were just like,
and we were in there. They were like the queue down the road. We were just like,
you got lads in Montrix t-shirts, like, come on, lads,
giving it
the big and like, oh, it's funny.
It was funny. It was funny.
We did have a good. We had a good time, as you can tell.
It was a belter show, that Men in Blazers.
Yeah, it was good night. Yeah. Our mate Sam. We were with our mate Sam.
Sam Navola.
You know Sam that we did. We were with Sam.
He was there, loving it.
No, Sam Navola. We were with him. He's great. He was loving it. He was loving.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Being with us and having a laugh with them and stuff. It was mad. Yeah, it was a really good time. Really good time had by all.
Sam Edwards says with the assets he has at his disposal, I'm tired. It's Dewsbury-Hall an ideal long-term replacement for Idrissa.
There's no such thing as a long-term.
No, Idrissa's so
playing till he's
unique.
87.
I think he's a. Idrissa's a good footballer. He's a good footballer. He dribbles probably. Well, he does dribble better than Idrissa. No, we think I think we need someone who's going to sit in there. He's a good presser though, so maybe who knows? Who knows?
But James 15 on Super Chat says UTFT. Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Neil Rowland, no, Roma sold out something like 10 minutes after it went on sale, I think, or something.
Once it went on general, yeah.
On general. Sophie says Tyler Dibbling is just like Fabrizio Romano post on Instagram about Grealish and Everton.
From the plane?
Probably from the Liverpool airport. What's the other one? Matthew says, go on then, lads, have a few right-back suggestions for who you'd be happy. Not now, because we're going and I'm knackered, but we'll sort it. Don't you worry.
He'd like it, to be fair, he's not lying.
No, we didn't say he was lying.
No, I know, but...
Why did you think we thought he was lying, James? You've changed since you were left on your own to do the social media posts.
He loves it, James. He loves it. He's doing a thing. Andy Walker, who's a YouTube member, nice one, and says, just wanted to mirror what Annabelle said regarding the Boss USA coverage by Toffee TV. Think you all took the channel to a whole new level with the quality and professionalism of your coverage. Many congratulations. I've had loads of messages about the New York lives. They loved the setting with people going past and that was Boss, wasn't it, where we got it in the games room when we set it up and seeing the life, because we had we were in Ped's room for Chicago and in Atlanta we didn't have the chance really. There was nowhere to do, we didn't have the time, but New York was great. We'd go down, we just basically took over the games room for an hour.
John was like that. The door would come open, he'd go.
He just said a couple of times, I'll cut you.
Yeah, he did.
I thought it was a bit harsh, but
because there was like a table tennis and there was a foosball, and you see these kids running dead excited, and they again full.
You just get the blains there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, it was great. It was really good that with seeing the thing. So lots of people loved that.
It was Baz and John in the morning,
and you were just out there, out of shot air everywhere. But you did get on the mic. And you had your running gear on Monday.
I did. I went for a run.
You went for a run. Mark,
it was good.
On the super chat, thank you very much, Mark, says, get yourselves a coffee after the flights and vlogs. Hopefully Saturday starts the new era of Everton Football Club and the club gets the community like Toffee TV in to do streams at Bramley Moor Dock. We have the space now. Hopefully, Mark, let's see. And Crimson VRS says it was great coverage of the USA games. And,
James Graham, I don't remember that. Cam?
No, but if you could send it to me, I'd be interested to see it because I've not seen it.
I don't remember that, Cam.
That would have been an interesting one. You would have needed that last time for Ned.
I don't think I saw anyone like that while we were there. Because I've been to New York in the past when I first went, when I was 18, and they were everywhere. But I didn't see any. It's so gentrified, New York now. I did see a big... We were right by Madison Square Garden. There was a big thing for Hulk Hogan on the side of it in memorial. But
Mike Davies says, brilliant work, lads. It was brilliant coverage, 10 out of 10. Get some rest ready for Saturday. Yeah, we loved it. It was great. Yeah, and obviously we step up now, don't we? Saturday's the big one, the first one at the Hill Dickinson. Be interesting. Be an emotional day, I think, for some people as well, being in there.
I get so emotional.
Every time I go to the Hill Dicky.
The Hill Dicky. And also, because all the transport stuff's been solved as well, that it'll be great, won't it? All that transport stuff is being sorted. You know, they fixed the lift this morning. They've put the bridge in, haven't they? I've seen the bridge has been done as well. But when I had a revelation when we went to the Mercedes-Benz. I think they should just put a giant bridge from the Sand Hills that just goes all the way to our stadium. I think that would sort everything.
Right, can I just... Steve Guy's saying rumours were selling and Jai... Take no notice of that and Jai stuff. It'll have come from some no-mark source. And players will be linked with Inter and other clubs. We're linked with everyone, aren't we? So take no notice. The bit that needs sort of stamping on, because I've seen it before, was that he's gone on strike and Jai to get him.
That was wrong.
It was not.
That was Ademola Lookman.
It was Lookman who's gone on strike to get his move to Inter, where Jai will never be going, because Lookman's going. So... don't put the two together and go,
why would he leave a Premier League team?
He's not going to anyway.
To go to Inter Milan.
A year ago, no one wanted him and Everton took him.
Like, there's not a fella called Rabitio Reynolds, is there? Going, I will create a song for you, my friend. There's no one, is there? Where if Ryan Reynolds' song was getting sung in New York by...
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has got a song, and it was being sung in New York.
I am gone. My head's gone. Ryan Rooney. Sorry, my head's gone. Absolutely gone. I'm at the barrel. Not even. I'm under the barrel now. There's a hole in the barrel, and I'm underneath the barrel. That's how far I'm gone. Ryan Rooney's song.
I honestly think now's the time to call this team.
Yeah. We're finishing.
I'm
but I have to
18.
So yeah, there's no Italian fella, is there?
No. And Jai isn't leaving Everton. He hasn't gone on strike, and he's not going. He's had a year at Everton, and Everton have built him back up. No one wanted him last summer. We've taken him. He loves playing for Everton. It's just a nonsense story. So put it in the bin where it belongs. Cue tomorrow, and Jai signs for Inter. No. It's a nonsense story, and it's definitely not gone on strike. That was they got 2 bits of the story, and people have took it and put it to one. Right, we're going. We'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.